sit with you most about this?
Just missed opportunities. I mean, just like all the losses we've had this year. I mean, getting the ball 2 times kind of at midfield in the start of the second half and then not coming through and getting points at all. That's stuff that you can't do against good football teams, and we did that tonight.
You have a play like that to Xavier. Does it make you feel like, okay, we're on a roll right when we need to be?
Yeah, I mean, just we got to be more consistent at the end of the day. Like we've had big plays, we've had runs where we can really just score at any time, but we got to be consistent for 4 quarters, especially when you play good football teams and they have a good offense. So they have a good football team. They're playing well right now. They're the same desperation that we are, and they played better over 4 quarters than we did. So even though we have good plays here and there, we got to be more consistent at the end of the day.
Just on that play, can you just take us through your balance as you're running out to the right?
Yeah, I mean, they actually played a pretty good coverage, and they got pressure and just scrambling, kind of got tripped up a little bit, and I was trying to get enough on it to get it to Xavier. But he did a good job working back to me because his route was across the field. So got enough to get it to him and make a big play in a moment, but it was too late, obviously.
Can you talk about the touchdown pass to Hollywood at the end?
Yeah, they were in a kind of a cover 2 type defense versus our empty play, and so they had a linebacker matched up on a receiver, and he played really good coverage, but Hollywood made a really good play, and so I got to keep giving guys chances to do that throughout the game, and so that we can score more touchdowns earlier in the game.
Patrick, can you put your finger on why you were a little disjointed there in the second and third quarter?
And credit to them, they changed up things, but at the end of the day, we got to execute at a higher level, and penalties killed some drives, and that's stuff that we got to be better at, and that's kind of stuff that we've done all year long. Is you get penalties, you get behind the sticks, and then you don't get first downs, and so whenever you get 10, 11, whatever it was penalties, that usually hurts you at the end of the day.
How do you kind of just reset now, knowing what your record is and the margin of error being pretty thin at this point?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you just got to win every game now. I mean, and hope that's enough. So, I mean, we're going to play a lot of good football teams coming up. And if we're going to make the playoffs, we're going to have to win them all. And that's got to be the mindset when we step into the building when we get back.
Patrick, in the second quarter, when you're going into the sun, I know there was a play where you scrambled to the right from the shade to the sun, and before you got sacked. Did it affect you seeing downfield? Because it looked like there were a couple of guys that may have been open, but I couldn't.
No, I mean, it's just, I mean, you play some games. I played baseball growing up. The sun's part of it. It's not something that we knew coming into the game. So just got to find those guys whenever you're scrambling and make those throws.
Patrick, injury plagued offensive line right now. Did the guys, that stepped in there, how do you say like
they battled, man. That's a hard thing to do on a short week, to come against a good defensive line, the one that can rush the passer from all 5 positions, and they did a good job battling, given when their number was called, and so hopefully we can get some of these guys back and get them healthy over this extended week that we have. But I have confidence in those guys stepping in to play if needed be.
Patrick, what do you make of your guys' ability as a team, your ceiling as a team? Do you still feel as confident as you did, even though the results haven't turned out the way you want?
I mean, our ceiling is playing in the Super Bowl. We got all the same guys. We've added players, but at the end of the day, you got to go out and do it on every single week, a week in, week out basis, and we can beat anybody. But I mean, we've shown that we can lose to anybody, and so we got to be more consistent. It starts with me being consistent throughout the entire game, not in just big moments, and that's something that we have to do throughout an entire game and week to week. It's not just one time, and we obviously see the last week we have a big win, and then you come here and play another good football team, and you don't come to play. And so the ceiling can be what it is, but until you put it on the football field, you won't be able to go out there and win football games.
Shouldn't have just this has some familiarity with your other losses. In what way?
Just not being consistent. I mean, it's just offense, defense, special teams. I mean, it's just we got to put it all together for 4 quarters in this league. That's something we've been great at in the past, but it's not the past. Now it's the present, and you have to be able to do that week in and week out. And even last week we weren't consistent when we won the game. So it's just being consistent throughout an entire game, bringing the right mindset, the right energy, and something that we're going to have to do the rest of the way out.
I'm sure you don't want to just dwell on the touchdown passes, but nonetheless, the one to Travis in particular, can you just go through that? I mean, it looked like you released the ball before he even made the cut.
Yeah, no, we had a good feel for the coverage that we were going to get. Another one where the guy played really good coverage, but you got to, with his back turn, you put it up top, especially for the tight ends like that, and let him go up there and make plays. And Travis has proved for years that he can make that play. And so, big-time catch for him. You got to continue to execute like that when we get in the red zones. That's the one improvement we had from the week before, is that we scored touchdowns in the red zone.
Chris, what made it so tough for y'all to get off the field on third down at times throughout the game?
Just a bunch of penalties, man. Then we as a team, we got to fix what we can fix on that. We put ourselves back a lot today with the defensive penalties that were called today.
Chris, is that what frustrates you most after this game, or something else stand out to you?
You know, a lot of plays we could have made that we didn't make, and they played better than we did today.
Chris, you're obviously 6-6 now with not much margin for error. How do you kind of reset at this point? I know you got a couple days to do that, but how do you go from here?
Watch a little film, see what we can get better at. Get some guys healthy. We got a few guys get banged up, short week, and prepare for the next game. I think we got these next 5 to 6 games is going to be very, very critical for us as a team. That we need to make sure we're executing at a high level, offense, defense, and special teams. So, you know, for us, it's about honing in, coming closer together, relying on each other, pushing each other, also pulling the best out of each other, and making sure that we have an emphasis on these last few games that we have coming up. And the good thing about it, we'll be in KC, we're at home, so we don't have to leave. So, you know.
Chris, obviously this game's still fresh, but you know these guys for a long time. How do you anticipate they'll respond to just being in this position that you guys are in right now?
We'll respond.
Anybody else?
Thank you, guys.
Kansas City Chiefs' hopes of making the playoffs are hanging by a thread with the team in crisis mode after losing to the Dallas Cowboys on Thanksgiving, and for Travis Kelce, it means he faces the very real prospect of his NFL career petering out to a catastrophic ending on January 4th, when the Chiefs' regular season ends in Las Vegas on the road to the Raiders. The tight end scored a touchdown in the first quarter of Thursday's 31-28 loss to the Cowboys and is having a superb individual season. After a poor 2024 and an off-season dedicated to getting into the best shape possible, he is reaping the rewards. He is 36, though, and out of contract after this campaign ends, whatever the Chiefs manage to do from here. Only 2 weeks ago, he admitted that it's very possible this is the last year we see him in the NFL. I'd like to make that decision before they've got to get draft picks and free agency opens to fill the roster appropriately, Kelce said last week. All that will be at the end of the season. I won't be thinking about it until then, but now, it's win or bust for the Chiefs, according to Kelce's quarterback and close friend, Patrick Mahomes. Kansas City have to be flawless from here. There is no room left for another loss. If we are going to make the playoffs, we have got to win them all, Mahomes said after the game. You've got to win every game now and hope that's enough. We've got to play a lot of good football teams. Our ceiling is playing in the Super Bowl. At the end of the day, you've got to go out and do it on a week in and week out basis. We can beat anybody, but we've shown we can lose to anybody. The winning run must start next Sunday at Arrowhead Stadium when the Chiefs host the Houston Texans. They follow that with another home game on December 14th against AFC West rivals Los Angeles Chargers. Justin Herbert's team opened the season by beating the Chiefs in Brazil. On December 21st they meet Tennessee Titans in Nashville, who currently have the worst record in the NFL. 4 days later, on Christmas Day, it's AFC West leaders Denver Broncos at Arrowhead before the Raiders game, for the Chiefs. Playoffs or not, it's hard to imagine they will want to lose Kelce given what he has shown this season. I think we all came into this season thinking that this would for sure be Travis Kelce's last season, but he's been playing like he has years left. Pete Sweeney, the Chiefs reporter for the Kansas City Star, wrote on X after Kelce's touchdown in Dallas. He now has 5 touchdowns this season, and 674 yards to his name in 12 games. But as the Chiefs lick their wounds on the way home from Texas, some key men have gotten hurt too. Josh Simmons left the AT&T Stadium with his left wrist in a cast. It later emerged he had dislocated and fractured it, and Jawan Taylor went out in the third quarter with an elbow injury. They also started the game without Trey Smith, who was inactive because of an ankle injury. A few guys got banged up. It was a short week, Chris Jones said after the game. These next games are going to be critical to us as a team. It's about honing in, coming closer together, relying on each, pushing each other and making sure we have emphasis on these last few games, Chiefs head coach Andy Reid, meanwhile, seemed to criticize the officiating in the game while accepting that his team have got to be smarter. Trent McDuffie especially had a hard day up against CeeDee Lamb. Bottom line is we were having too many penalties, Reid said. We got to make sure we take care of that. Both sides of the ball. To get off the field on third downs, stay on the field offensively, not backing yourself up. No excuses, we will work on cleaning it up. Kelce, though, didn't speak on his way out the stadium. He has a long weekend ahead to think about how a 6-week run that could shape his legacy. Chase Daniel, a former teammate of Kelce's at the Chiefs for 2 years after he was drafted in 2013, think this is not the end. Sharing a video of his teammate's touchdown against the Cowboys, he wrote, "Travis Kelce is not slowing down, makes me wonder if he's going to play another year." Taylor Swift has not attended any of the Kansas City Chiefs away games this season to support her future husband, Travis Kelce. While the 14-time Grammy Award-winning singer-songwriter has been a regular fixture in games played at Arrowhead Stadium, Swift is rarely spotted in games outside Kansas City. Kelce and the Chiefs are in action on Thursday for an extra special Thanksgiving matchup against the Dallas Cowboys. The game will be played at AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas, and Swift is not expected to be in attendance. This is despite Thanksgiving being of great significance in Swift and Kelce's relationship. Swift nearly broke the internet when she announced their engagement in August. The 35-year-old shared a handful of photos on Instagram depicting Kelce's garden proposal. While the couple has yet to make their wedding plans public, there are rumors indicating that they intend to walk down the aisle in June 2026. Last Thanksgiving marked several important milestones in their relationship. For starters, it was their first Thanksgiving together. In 2023, Swift was in South America during the holiday for her Eras tour. This is exactly why both of them went out of their way to make Thanksgiving 2024 extra special. According to reports, Swift made a round trip from Nashville to Kansas City to personally invite Kelce's family for Thanksgiving dinner. They reportedly all flew back to Nashville together, where Swift hosted the Thanksgiving feast in her home with her family. The Chiefs were in action on Black Friday, and Swift made the trip back to Kansas